everyone, welcome back to another installment of my Revisit With Me series where I listen to albums that I really enjoy with you guys just for fun. Today is going to be a special edition because I have decided that I will revisit Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas album. And if you guys would like to skip right to the first song, I will have a timestamp on the screen right here to where you guys can go to. And now on to a couple quick disclaimers. Number one, this is just my personal opinion and interpretation of all the songs. I'd love to hear yours down below in the comments. Just keep respectful, please. Sorry for any background noise or dust particles that may occur throughout this video. I'm going to be stopping and giving my thoughts as I go along. I'm also going to have to cut out a lot of each song due to copyright. If you see me looking down at my phone, that is just because I'll have the lyrics split up for every song. Lastly, if I have anything else I ever get to add, check down below. I might have a pinned comment. And let's get into it. Track 1 is Silent Night. Okay, so my thoughts on this track, I absolutely love it. It feels like such a warm, welcoming opener to this entire album, which is one of the aspects that I just really appreciated about it in general, and just something that is so beautiful to listen to. And I feel like her rendition of it was so tastefully done. She kept the elements of it that you like, but then she added her own flair into it vocally, and so that was a treat. Shout out to the background singers as well. I love the way that this song progresses as well, and I truly appreciate the arrangement. About the song on Spotify, it says, "This is one of my all-time favorite Christmas carols, gathered around the piano with the uber talented Laura Holland and some incredible background vocalists, and put together the delicate arrangement for the song." And now on to track 2, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Okay, so my thoughts on the song. This is the best Christmas song of all time for so many different reasons. I think that her vocals on this track are stellar. I really love how she starts off the song. Just the way that it builds up vocally is a treat to listen to. I just think that her voice on this song is just something that really is astonishing to listen to. I love what she's doing vocally on here, of course, and I really love the vocal arrangements on here, and that's one of my favorite parts about her music is the vocal arrangements are always something that are so intricate and cool to listen to, and they just work perfectly with the harmony and everything like that. And also, I love the background singers on the song. I feel like they just really make it feel so warm and inviting to listen to, and I just really love what they're doing on there. So definitely shout out to the background singers, of course. Also, the bridge is my favorite part of this entire song. It just hits harder every single time that you listen to it. So the vocals on here alone, like, they are just amazing across the board, right? And then we have the production on here, which I think is amazing. I really love the instrumentation on here. Everything works together really, really nicely, and it's just something that comes across very well in my opinion. And then next up, we have the songwriting on here, and I feel like her songwriting on here is impeccable, of course. Like I say, she never gets enough credit for her songwriting. One of the best songwriters to ever do it. And she also said that this song didn't take her very long to write, which is super impressive. A lot of people do not know that Mariah wrote this song. People think that it's a cover, and every year Lambs have to correct them like, no, she actually did write this song. And I feel like that's really a testament to how excellent that this song is. Like, it already just sounds like a classic. So I'm so tired of people doubting Mariah's pen and all that kind of stuff. And I think some people just do not know. Like, whenever I was younger, I just thought, oh, I enjoyed the song. I didn't necessarily think about who wrote the song, but all credits to Mariah because she is such an amazing songwriter and gifted us the best Christmas song of all time, in my personal opinion. And so I feel like everything on this song is perfect. I remember watching this interview that she did, and she said that she didn't hop on any of the trends at the time because she wanted this song to be timeless, basically. And so because she went in with the intention of making it timeless, and there was so much care in terms of the vocals and the production and the lyrics and all that stuff, I think that's why the song is timeless. And I feel like that's a really, really hard distinction to achieve. And so this is a song that I have loved my entire life. Like, I remember always enjoying this song every single Christmas, and it was always something that I really look forward to listening to. And so I was really surprised whenever I got older, people talking about how much they hate the song and banning it, like, oh, you can't sing that song here and blah blah blah, and talking down on this song, because it's like, how do you not like this song? Everything on this song is great. Some people say, oh, it's too much, but you like other Christmas songs that are just as extra vocally or in whatever way. So part of me is like, some people just hate it because Mariah, obviously. Some people it's just not their taste, but I just don't really get why people don't like the song. It just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, for sure. And a lot of people love to say, oh, XYZ song deserves the success that All I Want for Christmas Is You got, and it's like, no, it really doesn't. This song is so successful because everything on here is top notch, like I was stating, and also because it has stood the test of time and gained popularity for a reason, and it's a Christmas classic. Like I've said before, the reason why Mariah's Christmas music stands out among the rest is because you can tell that she genuinely loves the holiday. She can write, sing, and produce. So because of all those aspects, that's why her stuff stands out across everything else. And as people have said, now that her Christmas album was so successful, now everybody wants to have a Christmas song and a Christmas album, and 98% of those fall flat because you can tell that they're just trying to do it for a check. How these people can't write if their life depended on it. They're mid-singers, and so it just doesn't really translate well in the whole. And so with those aspects, I think that this is why the song is so popular. Right now, it is #1 on Billboard, and so this song was out in 1994, and it wasn't commercially released, right? And so because of that, Billboard was like, oh, it can't chart. And so later they changed their rules, and as the song gained more and more popularity, it finally hit #1 in 2019, which is 25 years after it was released. The song has so much longevity, and some people's faves can never do with an entire discography what Mariah did with one song. I could go on and on and on about this, but I just really want you guys to understand how much I love this song, of course. Overall, this song just never gets old to me. I look forward to it every single year, and I just love it so, so much. And this song just got certified 12 times platinum, which is absolutely insane and so, so richly deserved, so we absolutely love to see it. In terms of my thoughts on the music video, I feel like it really matches the song. It's something that's enjoyable to watch. I really like the scenery. I think Mariah looks great in it. It's unfortunate that Tommy's in here because boo, we do not like Tommy on this channel for multiple reasons, and I'm not going to get into that entire thing, but I can still appreciate it regardless. And then there's that other version, and it's completely different, and I thought about playing that one, but I feel like most people know and love this one, and so that's why I went with this one. But the other music video is great. Also, there is like a So Def remix for this song, I believe, and for me, not really caring for it a whole lot. I appreciate her vocal on it, of course, and the arrangement is cool, but I feel like pretty much any other version of All I Want for Christmas Is You is just gonna pale in comparison to the original. I think that it is perfect, and that's why it was really interesting for me to hear Mariah say like, oh, I hate this part of the song, I wish I could have redone it and blah blah blah, because it's like, you absolutely killed it. Like, there's nothing else that could be improved about that song. But I would really love to know what you guys think of the remix of the song. Have you heard it before? And if so, let's talk about it in the comments, because a lot of my mutuals on Twitter seem to really love it. I'm like, I don't really get it. I feel like the original is just like top tier, but that's my personal opinions there. About the song on Spotify, it says, it never ceases to amaze me that the song turned into the phenomenon that it is. I legit wrote it from a place of loving Christmas and just wanted the record to feel fun and festive. It warms my heart to know it is now a part of so many people's holiday experiences and that it acquires new fans every year, including my own children. I'm thankful to everyone who shares the joy this song continues to bring me every year. In her book about the song, she says, "My uncle supported the showgirl in me. Whenever I wanted to put on my own little production, which was frequently, they would pay full attention to me. They never tried to tame my over-the-top imagination. It was from my little girl spirits and those early fantasies of my family and friendship that I wrote All I Want for Christmas Is You." Think of how it begins. Ding, 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 ding. The delicate chimes are reminiscent of those little wooden toy pianos like the one Schroeder had on Peanuts. I actually did bang out most of the song on a cheap little Casio keyboard, but it's the feeling I wanted to capture. There's a sweetness, a clarity, and a purity to it. It didn't stem from Christian inspiration, although I've certainly sung and written from that soulful and spiritual perspective. Instead, the song came from a childlike space. When I wrote it at 22 years old, I wasn't that far away from being a child. I recorded an entire Christmas album, which was a risk. You just didn't see Christmas videos on MTV back then. In fact, it was almost unheard of for anyone, let alone such a young singer so early in her career, to write and record an original Christmas song that was a legit smash hit. Though I was accessing the private dream world of my childhood in the song, I wasn't in the happiest place when I wrote it. My life had changed so quickly, yet I still felt lost, wandering in the wild borderlands between childhood and adulthood. My relationship with Tommy Mottola, who would eventually become my first husband, and so much more, was already getting weird, and we weren't even married yet. But to his credit, as the head of my record label, he encouraged me to make my first Christmas album, Merry Christmas. I was feeling nostalgic too. I've always been a tragically sentimental person, and Christmas time embodies that sentimentality for me. I wanted to write a song that would make me happy and would make me feel like a loved, carefree young girl at Christmas. I also wanted to deliver it like the greats I grew up idolizing, Nat King Cole and the Jackson 5, who had tremendous Christmas classics of their own. I wanted to sing it in a way that would capture joy for everyone and crystallize it forever. Yes, I was going for vintage Christmas happiness. I also believe that somewhere inside I knew it was too late to give my brother and sister peace and my mother her wonderful life, but I could possibly give the world a Christmas classic instead. And now on to track 3, Oh Holy Night. Okay, so my thoughts on this. This is the definitive version of Oh Holy Night in my personal opinion. It's just excellent what she was able to do vocally. I love the progression. I love her tone. I love the power in it. And she was just really able to take this and make her own. Like whenever she hits that whistle, that is bone chilling to listen to. And then you think of the entire song as a whole and it's just like, wow, how was one person able to sing like this? And this song alone proves why Mariah Carey is one of the best singers of all time. Just the musicality, attention to detail, her tone, how rich her voice is, the power, just wow, like what else can I say about this that hasn't already been said? And every single time that I see people cover this song, I always feel a little bit disappointed because Mariah just killed this, and for me, any other rendition that I've heard so far just does not come close. And so yeah, this is just some of my favorite vocal work from Mariah of all time. Definitely a highlight on the album for me. Also, something that's important to know about the song is that a lot of people now use her arrangements. I feel like that really shows how excellent that her arrangement is overall. And I just really appreciate her arrangements. I love whenever she does covers because she keeps the elements that people like about the song, but she always gonna add on her own flair to it vocally. Maybe she changes up the arrangement, and if she does so, then it is something that really adds to the song and is so tastefully done. And yeah, it just really, again, doesn't get much better than this song. Just impeccable overall. About the song on Spotify, it says, "This is my take on reinventing one of the greatest traditional Christmas songs ever. The arrangement for this song was inspired by the typical 1950s progression in 6/8 time. I've noticed other people performing this arrangement, not always with credit, haha. It's incredible to do a new rendition of a song I've loved since childhood and feel like I've made it my own." And now onto track 4, Christmas, Baby Please Come Home. Okay, so my thoughts on this song, something that is such a treat to listen to overall. I just really appreciate every aspect about it. I think that the production and instrumentation is nice. Her vocals on here are lovely to listen to overall, so I really appreciate what she's doing there. Everything just comes together really amazingly on this track for me. And this is actually a Darlene Love cover, and she went to the studio and she ate Darlene Love up like it's not even close. And I need Darlene Love to decide if she likes Mariah or if she doesn't, because every year she disses her and I'm just so tired of seeing it. Mariah is the queen of Christmas for a reason. But yeah, I really quite enjoyed this on the whole. And she did this version in 2008 for the Grammy nominations, and I really like that version as well because she hits a whistle on that, so that's really cool to listen to, and I like that version. And then she also just did it for her second Christmas special last year, and so that was something that I quite enjoyed as well. So I feel like every version of the song is just great and definitely a highlight for me on this album. About the song on Spotify, it says, "A modern classic Christmas song that I grew up listening to. I love the Phil Spector / Ronettes 1960s feel and tried my best to do it justice. I enjoy performing this for my fans every holiday season." And now onto track 5, Miss You Most at Christmas Time. Okay, so my thoughts on this song. Gorgeous to listen to overall. This is another one of the songs that Mariah wrote for this album. Once again, amazing songwriter. We already know that, of course. All respect to Mariah's pen. And so this song is as gorgeous as it is heartbreaking, you know, with the lyrics and everything. The way that she delivers it is something that is so pleasant to listen to on the whole. And I really love the progression of her vocals all the way throughout the song. And so that's one of my favorite parts about the entire thing. I think the lyrics on the song are great, of course. I love the production on here. And I'm pretty sure the production for the music video is different than the production on the album version, because it definitely sounded different than I was personally remembering, so that's something worth noting there. And you know that in some videos from like her debut era, I believe it's like There's Got to Be a Way and Someday, the production on there is different than it is on the actual album. But I like the production on both versions. I feel like it's very fitting and well done on the whole. And so this is going to be another highlight for me on the album. I just really love it and how everything comes together. In terms of my thoughts on the music video, I really enjoyed it. I thought that the scenery was great. I thought she looked great. It really matched that melancholy feeling of the song. About the song on Spotify, it says, "This is the first original Christmas ballad I ever wrote. I wanted it to feel like a love song, but with a melancholic feeling. For those of us who tend to feel a little reflective during the holidays. I've been told it's the saddest song ever written, but I beg to differ. We need to explore the full spectrum of emotions during the sometimes somber holiday season."
So I just wanted to say that I love how she performed this for the first time for her Christmas shows that she did this year. I feel like she sounded fantastic, and it was just such a treat to listen to, of course. And I really loved the Christmas special. It was excellent. I'm going to be doing a full in-depth review on my second channel, so definitely go subscribe there if you want to hear my full thoughts. But very cool overall, and I'm glad the song finally got its time to shine live because it really deserves it.
Alright, so next up is going to be Joy to the World, but I'm not going to play the album version, and here's why. The live version that she did at St. John the Divine is superior. This is the version that I personally always go to, and so I really wanted to swap it out for this version. If you haven't heard it before, after listening to it, you will understand why I chose this version of the album version. Completely different feel, and yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so my thoughts on this, my personal favorite rendition of Joy to the World. And basically the reason why I prefer this version over the studio version, atmosphere is completely different live. Think about whenever she did Make It Happen live at Madison Square Garden. Think about listening to that for the first time and then going back to the studio version. Studio version is great, of course, but when you hear it live, the atmosphere is different. I love the choir in here. I prefer the vocal more. All of it is better for me. So every time I listen to this album, this is the version of Joy to the World that I go to, and so that's why I decided to put it into today's video instead of the studio version. Her vocal on this is superb. I really like how she's kind of like riffing off at the end. That's something that's always really a treat to listen to, and that's like one of the main reasons why I go back to this version, just because I love that part so much. And she absolutely ate that up. I love the choir on here and just what they bring to there, so definitely shout out to the choir in here, of course. I really like the arrangement. Just everything comes together great on this track, and it's the version that I personally prefer. On the album version of this on Spotify, it says, I've always loved this timeless seasonal standard. When I first approached doing it, I decided that I didn't want to go the typical Christmas caroling route. I wanted to explore a more upbeat version that incorporated the Three Dog Night song to make it a brand new rendition for my album. People have told me this is a standout song on Merry Christmas, and I have made several resung remixes of it that I enjoy to this day as well. You can hear a few of them on this deluxe edition. And now on to track 7, Jesus Born on This Day.
Today a child is born, the glory of God shines everywhere. Oh, Jesus, born on this day, the light and salvation. Behold, the Lamb of God has come. Behold, the Savior is born to everyone. Jesus, born on this day, the Lord and my Savior. Our hearts rejoice in Him. The light of His birth fills us with hope. Oh, Jesus, born on this day, the King of all nations. The child is born on earth.
Okay, so my thoughts on this track overall, something that's really enjoyable to listen to. This is another original, and so I can appreciate the song writing on here. I think that her vocal is lovely to listen to. I can appreciate the choir in the background and the kids. I think that it was a nice touch. Everything on the song is done well, so on the whole, I can appreciate it for what it is. About the song on Spotify, it says, when I was working on this album, I decided that I wanted to write a song that recounts the story of the birth of Christ. There is a children's choir singing along with me. It's a very simplistic song that becomes very grand by the end, where the children are singing, He is light, He is love, He is grace, born on Christmas Day. This is one of my favorite vocal arrangements that I have done for this album, and I'm very proud of it. I hope people sing the refrain and rejoice together. And now on to track 8, Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Better watch out, you better not cry. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Making a list, checking it twice. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's in where you're sleeping. Knows if you've been bad. Hoping on all goodness sake. Better watch out, you better not cry. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Okay, so my thoughts on this track, it is great overall to listen to, very entertaining on the whole. Her vocal on here is wonderful. I can appreciate the kids on the song. I like the arrangement of it for sure. Just, this is a very lively song that I appreciate on the album. About the song on Spotify, it says, I have loved this song my entire life, and I couldn't have done this album without including it. If you listen to the very end of the song, after the piano solo and the bridge, you will hear us, the background singers and I, having fun, feeling festive, and just trying to make the record a good time for everyone listening. How could I not include it? It's Santa. And now into track 9, Hark the Herald Angels Sing / Gloria and Excelsis Deo.
Herald angels sing, peace on earth and mercy
Okay, so my thoughts on this track, something that's very delightful to listen to. Again, I really appreciate the choir on this album and the background singers and just everything that's going on in that regard, because I feel like they really fill out these songs and they just make it feel so amazing to listen to, in addition to what Mariah is doing vocally. And so, like I said before, I always really appreciate her vocal arrangements because nobody can really fill out a song the way that she does, so I can appreciate the arrangements. It's just something that was very tastefully done. About the song on Spotify, it says, these are undoubtedly two of my favorite holiday masterpieces that I am proud to have reworked into my own little version. Hark, the Herald Angels Sing has always been one of my ultimate favorite songs, and I just thought that combining it with Gloria and Excelsis would be something special. We worked very hard in the studio to make sure the transitions flowed properly and that the new arrangement would shine. It has become one of my favorite album tracks that I will never tire of performing or listening to. And now on to track 10, Jesus, Oh What a Wonderful Child. Okay, so my thoughts on this, absolutely spectacular to listen to. I feel like this is one that I've always appreciated on the album, right? But I feel like in the past year, I really realized how excellent that this song is, and it's one that I look forward to most on the album, of course. Her vocals on here are fantastic, as well as the choir on here. Just really love how the song feels to listen to, and the vocal inflections and the tone, and just all of it just really is well done on this track, right? And then the way that she's doing all those riffs and runs at the end, that is my absolute favorite part of the song, the way that the tempo changes and just the whole progression of it is something that I really quite love on it. I love the arrangement on it. Everything on the song is top notch and I just adore it. About the song on Wikipedia, it says, the song Jesus, Oh What a Wonderful Child, produced by Carey, Alphanesia, and Holland, was described as an arrangement of a traditional gospel standard that really took flight. The song was recorded in a church with many live backup singers and children playing tambourines and other melodious instruments. The goal was to produce a real church flavored song in which Loris Holland played the keyboards and allowed Carey's voice to cut loose. And I definitely think that they achieved that, and you can just really feel it all over the song. So something that I really appreciate on the whole about it. Again, about the song on Spotify, it says, a special tribute to Christmas. This song has been handed down from generation to generation. I initially learned it from some of my favorite singers, and then I did my best to do it justice and really have a good time bringing it to life on this album. We were just having fun and celebrating, rejoicing in the reason for the season. And now on to the 11th and final track, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, Christ the Savior, born on Christmas Day. Save us from Satan's power, tidings of comfort and joy. God rest ye merry gentlemen, the Savior, born on Christmas Day. Save us from Satan's power, we had gone astray. Tidings of comfort.
Okay, so my thoughts on the song, absolutely stunning to listen to. Vocal arrangement on here, you already know she ate this up. And so I can just really appreciate everything about it, something that is short and sweet overall. And now I wanted to share my updated ranking of this album with you guys just for fun, so I just typed it out and let's go over it. Number 1, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Like I said, Christmas classic, best Christmas song of all time, so definitely had to have it at number 1. Is it kind of basic to have it at number 1? Sure, but I mean, this song is amazing. I don't get tired of it, so that's why it's right there, rightfully earned in my opinion. Number 2, Old Holy Nights. Like I said, just jaw-dropping, the whistle note, the resonance of this entire thing, the arrangements, everything on this song is just excellent, so I love it very, very much. Number 3, Christmas Baby Please Come Home. Like I said, she ate Darlene Love up in the studio. What else can I say? I quite enjoy this one. Number 4 is going to be Jesus, Oh What a Wonderful Child. Like I said, the past year I feel like I've been appreciating this a lot more, so I definitely had to move it up. I'm pretty sure it was lower whenever I did the original ranking of this album. And then next up is going to be Miss You Most at Christmas Time, another great original from her you already know. At number 6, Hark, the Herald Angels Sing / Gloria in Excelsis. I really appreciate the arrangement. Once again, everything comes together nicely. Then at 7 is going to be Silent Night, wonderful opener like I was talking about earlier. 8 is going to be Santa Claus is Coming to Town, something that's fun and I appreciate. And then 9 is going to be God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, something that's short and sweet and I really appreciate the arrangement. Number 10 is going to be Jesus Born on This Day. Great track. I can really appreciate it in context of the album. I just like the songs above it more. And then at number 11 is going to be Joy to the World. If this would have been the live version of Joy to the World, then this definitely would have been the top 3 1,000% because Liz is that version all the time. But because we're talking about the album version, that is why it's last because I never listened to it. It's been a bit since it wasn't that version. The live version is my personal go-to at this point, so that's why it's at the bottom. And that is going to be my updated ranking. I don't know how much it's changed from whenever I originally ranked it. I'm definitely going to have to go back and look at that and kind of just see everything, but that's how I'm feeling at this moment in time. And now on to a fun fact about this album. As of 2021, Merry Christmas has sold 15 million copies worldwide and remains the all-time best-selling Christmas album by a woman. Something that is so richly deserved and you really love to see it. And now I wanted to share my overall thoughts on this album with you. So for me, this is the best Christmas album of all time. It's something that is so warm and welcoming and cozy and it just oozes Christmas. I just love this one so much. And I actually do listen to this all year round as well as her other Christmas work because I feel like her Christmas stuff is so excellent that I'm not just gonna wait until the holiday season to listen to it. And so yeah, I just really love everything on this album. Her vocals on this album are something that are stellar to listen to. I love the vocal arrangements like I've been saying all the way throughout this video. I love her musicality. I love her tone. Such a creative vocalist on the whole, so I really love what she's doing on here vocally. Shout out to the background singers and just how they fill out these songs once again like I was talking about. And I just really appreciate their contributions to the track. And just the arrangements vocally are one of my favorite parts about the album, so I just really appreciate the care that was put into them. If you haven't already, you should definitely check out the acapella of like All I Want for Christmas Is You, for example, or any of the other songs. It's something that you're like, wow, I didn't understand how intricate it was. And then once you hear it that way and then you kind of go back and listen to it, you have a lot more appreciation for the arrangements. But like I said before, nobody really fills out a song the way that she does, and so she's just such a creative vocalist, and so the arrangements on here are just excellent overall. Love what is going on in that regard, and I love all the riffs and runs that she's hitting all the way throughout the album, and something that's very cool as well. And I love the production on this, and I feel like they were able to have the classic elements that people like, but also change the arrangements whenever needed just to make the song a little bit more dynamic and also make it fit Mariah's style more. On a song like Oh Holy Night, for example, also the arrangement for Joy to the World, like I said, I prefer the live version, but I really like that arrangement as well. And so once you get used to listening to these arrangements, hearing the other arrangements of it, it's like, I kind of like Mariah's version better. At least that's how I feel about it personally. And so I really appreciate the effort that they put into the arrangements. I love the instrumentation on this. I love the production. Shout out to everyone who was involved in that regard because I really think that they knocked it out of the park. And then of course the songwriting on here is great. Mariah only has 3 songs that she wrote on this album in comparison to everything else. The rest is going to be covers. But I think that her originals are amazing. We have All I Want for Christmas Is You, which like I said, the best Christmas song of all time. A Christmas classic for a reason, and it has endured and it will continue to do so just because that song is exquisite on the whole. And then you also have Miss You Most at Christmas Time, which I adore. And then lastly, we are going to have Jesus Born on This Day. So I feel like her originals are a highlight on this album and definitely something that you should check out if you have not already. And like I said before, Mariah is an amazing songwriter, one of the best songwriters to ever do it. And her pen was on fire for the tracks that she did write on this album. And so just really like the originals on here. And I feel like it's just something that's great to listen to on the whole. So overall, I definitely think that this is some of Mariah's best work. If I was including it in regular albums, I would put it at number 4. Like I said, I do listen to this year round and her other Christmas stuff just because it is so excellent. And also just the care with the arrangements like I was talking about and just how it makes me feel to listen to. This is just everything that you could want in a Christmas album. I appreciate the sequencing, and so that is why I would have it so high up. And yeah, this is just the standard for Christmas albums in my personal opinion. And I made a tweet about this, but just imagine writing All I Want for Christmas Is You, Jesus Born on This Day, and Miss You Most. Like, that is a flex in itself. And then everything else you got going on this album is just A+. And this album has just aged so well and something that's going to be in my rotation all the way throughout the year and every single holiday season forever. I really like the album cover as well. I think that the text was nicely done on the whole in terms of that. And I do like the picture for the album cover. There's one photo that I saw and I believe it was like an outtake, and I prefer that more, but I really like the original album cover. I think that it's something that's classic. I like the colorway as well. And she actually said that she was out in the snow taking this. Like, it's not photoshopped or she's not like in front of a green screen like people think, and she was actually freezing. And I think that the end result paid off.
I wanted to add that I love the photo shoot for this album. Probably one of my favorite album photo shoots that she has done. I really like the colors. It's something that's simple, but everything just works together really, really nicely. It just has that classic look to it, and I just really like everything about this album photo shoot. So I definitely wanted to take a second to appreciate it a little bit more and show some of my favorite pictures from it.
And so basically I cannot sing this album's praises enough. If you've never listened to this album before, you definitely need to check it out. I feel like everybody should listen to this album at least once in their life because everything on here is just such a treat to listen to, and I love it so much. And I feel like I'm talking in circles, but I'm really glad that I got to do this video today. I feel like some of my thoughts on this album have changed since I did my video last year, just because I've been listening to it more, of course. And yeah, usually for these revisit with me's, I listen to the album for the first time in like a few months, maybe a year or something like that. I've basically been listening to this album every single day, and I'm still enjoying it. I enjoyed it as much, if not more, today because I'm sitting down here recording this video and just having so much fun. I'm really excited to put this video out on the whole, and I think I'm gonna put this video out on like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, something around there. So Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates, and to those who don't celebrate, I hope that you have a nice day overall. And yeah, I just love Christmas so much, and it's really nice to hear something that just gets me in that spirit. And so I think that's what I really like about this album in addition to everything else. Also, I wanted to take a second to once again reiterate that Mariah is the queen of Christmas. It's a title that she has earned and something that is so richly deserved. And every year I get so tired of people trying to knock her down and take that title away from her. That is Mariah's title, as well as the other titles that she's earned throughout her entire career. And whenever you think of Christmas, a lot of people automatically think of her. And I really think that that says something about her dominance on Christmas and just what she's been able to do with her Christmas music. And so Mariah is the queen of Christmas, of course. I really love what she does every single holiday season, and it's something that's so fun to watch. I really love the It's Time videos as well, and she's just so festive. Just the way that she engages in every season is something that's so fun on the whole. Also, I would love to know what you guys think of this album. What are your favorite tracks, memories with the album, any information that you want to add to the conversation? Leave it down below in the comments because I would love to read those. If you wanted to see more videos on Mariah, I will have a card on the screen right here to where you guys can go to, and that just takes you to everything that I've done. Last year I did a video ranking the songs on the album, and I also did it for a second Christmas album. And I thought about doing a video on her second Christmas album this year, but then I'm like, what am I going to do on her next year for Christmas? Because the queen of Christmas, obviously. And so I'm going to do the second Christmas album next year, like a little revisit with me on that. So definitely subscribe if you guys want to see that. And I've done videos on all of her albums, and there's a lot of content there. So if you guys want to check it out, again, it's going to be in the cards, it's going to be at the end of this video, and linked down below in the description. In terms of where I got this hoodie right here, and it actually does have like Merry Christmas on the arm. I don't know if you guys saw that throughout this video, but I believe I got this as a Christmas gift last year, and so I've been waiting to wear this for a video, and I'm pretty sure it was off of her website. So if I can find it, I'll have it linked down below if you guys would like to get it. But that is going to be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, give it a like down below. It helps me out on the YouTube algorithm. I very much appreciate it. You guys can also subscribe right down below if you want to see more videos like this. Give the bell, you get notifications to your phone when I post. You know, I miss when brand new videos come out. The first link down below in the description is going to be my second channel. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more from me on there. I'm also going to have my Twitter. Like I said it recently, I have been on some Twitter spaces talking about Mariah, so we've actually chatted about a few of her albums, and it's something that's really fascinating to get to hear other people's perspectives and get to share my knowledge. So if you guys want to hear me talk about Mariah more, then definitely go check that out. I made this little thread on my Twitter, and every time I'm speaking on these Twitter spaces, I'm adding it onto there. So I'll have a link down below in the description to my account if you guys would like to go listen to that. But it's something that's been very, very fun, and I'm excited to keep having these conversations. And then I'm also going to have my Instagram, my Spotify, if you'd like to follow me as well. And then I'm also going to have my TikTok as well. Like I said, I have been a lot more active on there. Every week I'm talking about my thoughts on the Billboard Hot 100 charts, and I'm doing some other really creative stuff on there as well. So if you want to see more of my music takes, definitely follow me on there. And then I'm also going to have a link to stream this record if you're interested, and lastly, links to educate you guys on important situations. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.